Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Heidi. I am completely blind, so I don't look directly at you, but I promise I'm right here with you. So I don't know about you, but I have found that many people have so many misconceptions about Middle Eastern fragrances. People who have never smelled Middle Eastern fragrances specifically. I have often heard things like, oh, but those fragrances are very heavy, or those fragrances are very spicy, or even, oh yes, but I've heard that those fragrances don't last long. Then I've heard also things from other content creators who are dipping their toes into the Middle Eastern fragrance world, and then I think, oh no, but don't start with that fragrance. Have you also experienced that? When some people you see, oh, they are trying Middle Eastern fragrances, they are excited, and then they get a scent that you think, no, but you shouldn't have started with that fragrance. You should have started with something. Yeah, you agree. You should have started with something a bit more crowd pleasing in a sense, or a bit more long lasting, or so where are you going? So I will show you today the 22 Middle Eastern fragrances that I would like to introduce to someone who doesn't know anything about Middle Eastern fragrances. So these are not necessarily all my favorites. I mean, I had to leave out so many of my favorites, but I included things that will show someone that Middle Eastern fragrances can be fun, they can be serious, they can be feminine, they can be elegant, they can be juicy, they can be so many things, just as any other fragrance type. Designer fragrances, celebrity fragrances, niche fragrances, they also have, oh, my joy, my joy. What is it with you and your brother nowadays? Oh, I love you. So I had to stop at 22. I could have included so many more. And many of these fragrances I have actually, when my mother visited me, I showed her many of these. Do you want to open the box? Is that the thing? And I showed it to a friend who came to visit me. So these are really the fragrances. I almost want to say, when I want to brag about Middle Eastern fragrances, then I would show these fragrances. Okay, so we are going to get into it because, oh, the box is falling apart because we've got 22 fragrances to go through. Okay. The first one is Giggle Puff. Now, Giggle Puff, as you know, smells quite a bit like Yum Bougie marshmallow. It's got that fluffiness to it. It's got a peachiness to it. It's fluffy yet fruity, and it's just such a crowd-pleasing, beautiful, fun fragrance in a way. It is fun and fluffy and absolutely pretty. And I think when people smell this, they will love this fragrance. So that is the first one that I will show, is Giggle Puff by Heka Attar. Then I will also show them Care Confection. Care Confection is a pear vanilla fragrance. It's a dupe for Kayali, what is that? Candy Rock Sugar. It is a sweet, pear, feminine, so beautiful fragrance, and you can just smell that it is high quality. Yes, it doesn't last long, that I must say, unfortunately, but it is extremely feminine, nice and sweet, and just very wearable. Love this fragrance so much, and I can't see how someone cannot like it. Okay. Then I will show them Lactia Divina by Paris Corner. Oh my goodness, this is to show that Middle Eastern fragrances can be very elegant. Yes, this is an inspiration of a niche fragrance, Blanche Bête, but this, you know, shows that they can absolutely also smell and make fragrances like that smell like niche fragrances. As you know, this is a creamy, lactonic, white floral fragrance. It is tiny bit smoky. Oh, but this is an addictive smell. I absolutely like it. And when you saw my sister's first reaction to this fragrance, she also said this is a woman who's got her ducks in a row. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I will also show Empire Victor by Cotelage. Now, Empire Victor is a lemon caramel fragrance, and there's also vanilla in here. This is fluffy, sweet, with a tiny bit of zestiness thanks to that lemon. It is absolutely gorgeous. So many of you have told me that you got so many compliments on this fragrance. And I just think this also is such a crowd pleaser. It is gourmand, but not heavily gourmand. It is sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's almost like that Bianco Latte DNA added with a bit of lemon. You know, if you add a bit of lemon to that Bianco Latte DNA, that is almost what you will get. Lactonic, caramel, and a tiny bit lemony. Very, very, very good fragrance. Okie dokie. Then I will also, I don't know if I can brag with the bottles though. That is now another thing. This is Yum Yum by Armaf. This is, oh my goodness, just a soft pink smelling fragrance. This is what you will get. It's a pink smelling fragrance. This is a floral fruity fragrance. It smells to me like a pink bubble bath with rose petals. It is sweet. It is very sweet, but it is still very feminine. There's rose and wild berries in here, so you can just imagine it's a softly sweet feminine fragrance. Nothing complex to it, and nothing that I can say, oh, it smells like that or that specifically, but it just smells very, very nice. I don't think the name Yum Yum suits it very well because, you know, it rather smells floral and fruity. It doesn't smell very edible. It doesn't smell like a dessert. So good. This I think would also be perfect like on a plane or where you are around a lot of people and you don't want to choke anyone out. Very, very nice fragrance. It doesn't smell to my nose like a milkshake, which the bottle is supposed to look like apparently. I will also brag with Noble Blush by Lattafa. Definitely, this is to my nose a rose gourmand fragrance. That is what I get. There's rose in here, but it's definitely a lactonic scent. It's rose milk actually that's in here. It's definitely lactonic. It is almondy. You really get that almond, you know, that darker side of the almond. And it is just absolutely femininity in a bottle. But it smells to me like an edible lactonic rose. And people who I've shown this fragrance to have often said, you know, that, or immediately said, is there rose in here? So the rose is quite pronounced, but it's not a powdery or a fresh rose in the slightest. And I mean, I just want to say on the first video that Carl rated my Arabian fragrances, I showed him Noble Blush. When Nandi smelled my fragrances the second time, I showed her Noble Blush and broke my bottle. That's why this one is full, because it's a new one. And also when my mom visited me last year, she smelled Noble Blush. She liked it. I got it for her. I went to visit her over December and I said, do you have Noble Blush on? And she said, no, I wore it. I think she wore it the previous day or 2 days before. And I said, but your whole room smells like it. This is really a strong fragrance. If someone say Middle Eastern fragrances doesn't last, show them this one. Then Victoria by Lattafa. Now this is definitely, neither of these are going to be for everyone, and this is the same. I mean, some people say it smells like, you know, cleaning product. This is a vanilla lemon, and unlike Empire Victor, which is a fluffy vanilla caramel lemon, in this one the lemon is very pronounced. Yes, there's lemon meringue pie in here, there's rum in here. I don't get any booziness, and there's vanilla, but that candied lemon for me is front and foremost, followed by that vanilla. This is absolutely divine. It's gorgeous. I always say when I walk outside and there's a breeze in the air, there's nothing like Victoria. It is amazing. And a friend of mine who smelled this one in January, she said, you know, when she went home, she sprayed some on her and she said, oh my goodness, the dry down was absolutely divine. Very, very nice fragrance. Then I will also brag with Eau de Soleil by Fragrance World. This is, as we know, an inspiration of Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid. This is an extremely feminine fragrance. This is also a floral fruity fragrance. This smells like yellow to me. If I have to put a color to this fragrance, I would say yellow, no doubt. Oh, this is so good and so hard to explain, but you get those florals, that orchid, and is it jasmine that's in here? I can't remember, but you definitely get florals. That is what I get. And then there's banana in here, which lends a bit of nuance and sweetness and an interesting, slightly tropical vibe to this fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous. People also tend to like this one a lot. Okay, then of course I will show them Angam. This is what I bought for my mom for Christmas as well. Angam is a lavender, vanilla, ginger fragrance. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is so absolutely gorgeous. We know this is an inspiration of Burberry Goddess. It is definitely a lavender perfume that dries down to more vanilla than lavender. So it opens really with that lavender. But that lavender, I wouldn't say it doesn't go away, not in the slightest, but it subsides a bit to allow that vanilla to come through more strongly. It is absolutely divine, and I will definitely brag with this fragrance. Okay, I'm quickly going to mention this because I even feel embarrassed nowadays showing this fragrance because I'm talking about it so much. But I definitely will show people Coconut Lagoon. I've showed my mom this. She liked it so much. And I got it for her last year, September, because she also fell in love with it. She calls it her watermelon fragrance. It's actually a coconut lemon watermelon fragrance. That coconut is very pronounced, but it's a drinkable coconut. It's like a coconut mojito. I've said it before. I don't want to talk about it too much because you guys are probably so tired already. I absolutely love this fragrance. Cannot stress that enough. Unfortunately, it doesn't last long. Okay, then I will show them any one of the Yum Bougie marshmallow inspirations, and this time I've pulled marshmallow blush because I've really neglected marshmallow blush for the last while. But this is just like I always say, it smells to me almost like a strawberry sorbet because it's got that strawberry, but there's a bit of lemon in here. And for some other reason, my skin just grabs onto the lemon. I don't know why, but yeah, it's a sweet strawberry, fluffy, doesn't take itself too seriously, fun, beautiful fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it, and will definitely show this to people. I think Carl also rated that one, if I remember correctly. I will also show people Creme of Clouds. Now, it's also not going to be for everyone because, you know, like Nandi, my sister, doesn't like gourmands, but my other sister, Vicky, she loves gourmands. So to her, I will definitely show this fragrance. She will love it. This is a coconutty, hazelnutty, lactonic, tooth-achingly sweet fragrance. It's absolutely beautiful. Did I say it's Creme of Clouds by Fragrance World? I think I did. It is just so fluffy, so sweet, almost ice creamy in a way. Ice creamy, lactonic, hazelnut, coconut. And one of you said this smells like white Ferrero Rocher. I've never smelled white Ferrero Rocher, but I can imagine. If I should imagine white chocolate and hazelnut, I would say yes, absolutely. With a bit of coconut, I would say. Then I will show them Care Felicity. Now, I didn't like Care Felicity in the beginning, but it seems like others like it from first sniff. My sister, Nandi, she liked it. She said, she rated it, I think it was 9 out of 10. This is just a sugary, champagne-y, white floral fragrance. It's very hard to put my finger on what I'm smelling when I smell this fragrance, you know, because it's just sugary sweet, but it's not, how can I put it? It's sugary sweet, but it's not juvenile. It's got sophistication. It's got definite femininity to it. It smells bridal. This is so beautiful, and it is an inspiration of the Wedding Silk Santal. It is also such a quality fragrance. I absolutely adore this. I cannot believe that I didn't like it at first. I will definitely, without a doubt, show them Marc and Victor Eau de Flora by Fragrance World. This is an inspiration of Flower Bomb. Absolutely gorgeous. This is, to my nose, a vanilla tea osmanthus scent. I smell that vanilla very, very clearly. And that osmanthus, which gives it this apricot-y, fruity sort of vibe. And the tea is also, those three are the most pronounced to me. There's patchouli in here, but to my nose it's not an earthy patchouli. There's rose and all other flowers. I don't really pick up on one. The only flower I pick up on specifically is the osmanthus. Very nice fragrance. This fragrance has gotten me compliments. That is it. I think, what did Nandi say? She said something funny about that fragrance, that it reminds her of licorice. That's right, she smelled licorice in that fragrance. Okay, then definitely Narissa Rose Musk, which is an inspiration of Narcissa Rodriguez Rose Musk for her. This is, as the name say, a musky rose. It is sweet, definitely sweet, but also musky. Got a bit of that, I would say, to my nose, a bit of makeup-y vibe to it, and a bit of a makeup-y feel to it. I think thanks to that musk, but it's definitely a musky rose. There's plum in here. I don't really pick up on the plum. But this is femininity in a bottle. I told you, I showed this to a few friends. We were 5 in the room. 3 said that 3 out of my 4 friends said that they want to buy this fragrance. And for my one friend, I had to buy, let me think, 3, because she bought one for herself. No, 4. She bought one for herself, her mom, and her sisters. So, yeah. Need I say anything more? Okay, we are also just quickly going to jump over Pear Potion, which is a caramelized pear raspberry fragrance. You know I love this fragrance. I adore this fragrance. This is my baby. And I know so many of you also like Pear Potion, and I would want to show people Pear Potion to show them that Middle Eastern fragrances can be fruity and juicy and fun and bright and just so appropriate for summer as well. This definitely. Then I will also show them AZM or Azem by Paris Corner. Now this is a fruity floral fragrance. This to me smells almost like a mixture between Jimmy Choo Illicit and Jimmy Choo Fever. It's not as deep as Jimmy Choo Fever, but I definitely get that sort of vibe. I haven't worn this one enough. This is an inspiration of 100 Silent Ways by, and now I forget by who. But this is sweet. There's peach and mandarin in here, but this is not, to my nose, a juicy fragrance. This is sweet, a bit darker than fruity. There's tuberose and jasmine in here. Let me just spray it. Sweet. There's almost something like tonic in here as well. Sweet, floral, with a bit of fruits to give it a bit of zestiness, but this is really in the realm of Jimmy Choo Fever, of Black Opium, those sort of fragrances. Feminine, bubbly, absolutely perfect for a date night or going out to party. This one I will show also to show, you know, how much alike Middle Eastern fragrances can smell to designer fragrances, you know. Okay, then Sweet Banana by Fragrance World, Alicia Sweet Banana. This is definitely a fluffy banana scent. That is what you will get. I always say this is like a banana milkshake to my nose, with a little bit of florals added in there. Absolutely fun, cozy, very, very nice fragrance. Definitely would want to show this one as well to hear what people think. And we've got 3 left. We're quickly going to go over this one as well. Vanilla Voyage. You know, Nandi, my sister, fell in love with this one. She got it for herself. This is a like tonic, sweet, milky, biscuity fragrance. I absolutely love it. This remains my favorite Bianco Latte inspiration. I've never smelled Bianco Latte, so I'm not saying it's the closest to Bianco Latte. I'm just saying this is my favorite inspiration. Oh, I absolutely adore this fragrance. It's not going to be for everyone, but I would want to hear people's thoughts. Then definitely also Anna Abiyet Coral by Lattafa. This is a watermelon fragrance. To me, it smells like watermelon bubblegum. There's peach in here, and which I don't really get. For me, really, if I have to be honest, I get a bit of that peach if I search for it. But I don't have to search for the watermelon. I get watermelon bubblegum. It's sweet. It's juicy. actually my mouth watered. This is absolutely such a fun, fruity, bright, in the same direction as Pear Potion. Doesn't smell like Pear Potion, but I mean they are in the same family to my mind. Okay, and then last but not least is Minya by Paris Corner, which is an inspiration of Sarosha 62. My sister Vicky loved this fragrance. She actually wants this fragrance. This is a pistachio, caramel, almondy fragrance. Very, very, very sweet. Very caramel. That pistachio and that almond doesn't take center stage. It's just almost equal to the caramel, but I want to say even a bit less than the caramel. The caramel for me takes over, and that pistachio and almond just give some nuance to this fragrance. Absolutely so intoxicatingly sweet. Oh, Nandi said this smells like, was it amaretto cookies? Anyway, I've never smelled that, so I can't say, but apparently it's almond cookies. Okie dokie, so that has been my 22, that if someone come to visit and they ask me, so what does Middle Eastern fragrances smell like? I will pull these 22, I think, immediately. So let me know, what are the 3 or so Middle Eastern fragrances you would want to show people who are not familiar with Middle Eastern fragrances? I would love to know. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. And thank you so much for hanging out with me as always. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your support. Until next time, bye for now.